The South Africa-China Economic and Trade Association, SACETA, proudly presents its latest corporate social responsibility report, highlighting the deepening ties and shared progress between the two nations. An old Chinese saying goes, "Distance cannot separate true friends who remain close, even when thousands of miles apart." Despite the physical distance, China and South Africa have stood united, fostering a relationship grounded in camaraderie and brotherhood. The golden era of bilateral relations, sparked by the reciprocal visits of President Xi Jinping and President Cyril Ramaphosa, has unlocked new opportunities for collaboration. Since its establishment in Johannesburg in April 2011, SACETA has grown into a vital bridge between the two nations. It now represents over 200 member organizations with investments exceeding $13 billion across key sectors, including finance, mining, manufacturing, and communications. SACETA remains unwavering in its mission to strengthen economic ties and foster a community with a shared future, underscoring the enduring power of friendship and partnership. What can 26 years bring about? For Chinese enterprises driven by strong convictions, time is the most enduring force. Over 26 years, it not only witnesses the triumphs over challenges, but also fulfills the promise of a brighter, more prosperous future. Chinese-funded enterprises in South Africa have flourished over these years. Beyond their economic contributions, they have become steadfast bridges, strengthening the bonds of friendship between China and South Africa.
Fulfilling social responsibility.
Fulfilling social responsibility.
履行社会责任。
Fulfilling social responsibility.
Fulfilling social responsibility.
Fulfilling social responsibility.
A journey we will always take.
Today, SACETA proudly presents the latest Corporate Social Responsibility Report. This report highlights the positive contributions made by Chinese-founded enterprises to local people and shows their commitment and confidence to build a better future together. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Zhang Chaoyang, Chairman of SACETA, to brief us on the CSR report. Please welcome.
Your Excellency Deputy President Paulus, Mashatile, Your Excellency Ambassador Wu Peng, Your Excellency Ambassador Zodwa Lallie, Acting Deputy Director General of Department of International Relations and Cooperation, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good day. First of all, on behalf of the South Africa-China Economic and Trade Association, SACETA, please allow me to extend a warm welcome to all our guests. Thank you for taking time to join us for the launch of our Corporate Social Responsibility Report. I also wish to take this opportunity to express heartfelt thanks to all the friends who have long supported Chinese companies in developing business and conducting activity in South Africa. Since its establishment in 2011, SACETA has been a key organization and a platform for Chinese-founded enterprises in South Africa. The association consists of 6 local sub-committees and 7 professional committees with over 200 member companies. Our members span a wide range of industries, including energy, financing, mining, manufacturing, transportation, logistics, agriculture, communication service, culture media, and real estate. As Chinese-founded enterprises in South Africa, we embrace the principle of responsibility, contribution, and sharing. Today, we are honored to present our achievement over the past few years, particularly in the areas of promoting employment, supporting public welfare, and fostering sustainable development. Ladies and gentlemen, please allow me to share with you the key highlight of our report, which outlines the significant contribution of Chinese-funded enterprises in South Africa and their ongoing commitment to corporate social responsibility. The report, which is in our table, you can see, the report is divided into 7 sections. In section 1, we detail the remarkable result that Chinese-funded enterprises have achieved in fulfilling corporate social responsibility in South Africa. These efforts reflect our dedication to not only growing our business, but also positively impacting the community in which we operate. In section 2, we reflect the evolution of Chinese investment in South Africa since the formal establishment of diplomatic relations between China and South Africa in 1998. The partnership has grown steadily, fostering stronger economic ties and mutual understanding. In section 3, we explore the significant investment made by Chinese-funded enterprises around many sectors. These investments have not only contributed to enriching South Africa's industry landscape, but also play a crucial role in the transformation and the modernization of the country's economy. In section 4, we highlight how Chinese-funded enterprises have shown deep respect for South Africa's social diversity. With a focus on mutual respect, equality, and peaceful coexistence, our enterprises actively engage in culture and economic exchanges, building integration and enhancing the understanding between our people. In section 5, we demonstrate our commitment to environmental sustainability. Chinese-funded enterprises have embedded green practices into their operation strategies, focusing on environmental management, energy conservation, and green production. In section 6, we emphasize that our investment in South Africa go beyond business growth. Through various corporate social responsibility initiatives, they contribute to local communities, share the benefits of their success, and helping to overcome challenges, thus establishing themselves as responsible corporate citizens. In section 7, we confirm our commitment to fulfilling corporate social responsibility as the relationship between China and South Africa continue to grow. as our bilateral economic and trade cooperation reaches new milestones. Chinese-funded enterprises will remain working closely with the South Africa government and its peoples and playing an active role in driving the nation's economic progress. Ladies and gentlemen, the report highlights near 50 Chinese-funded enterprises operating in South Africa, which have invested approximately $9 billion, paid taxes amount to around 80 billion rand, and contributed near 2 billion rand through training and donations. This report not only demonstrates the significant achievements made by these enterprises, but also serves as an inspiration for all other companies to place greater emphasis to corporate social responsibility. Looking ahead, we remain committed to principle of giving back to society and building the future together. We are dedicated to contributing our collective knowledge and strength to the advancement of China-South Africa relations and to the continuous progress of South African society. Thank you all.
While fulfilling CSR, I believe that Chinese-founded enterprises have a lot of memorable stories to share with us. Let's welcome Mr. Desmond McManus, CEO of Semancor, the representative from Chinese-founded enterprises in South Africa, to tell us about their stories. Let's welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Program Director, distinguished guests, and the delegates of the South Africa-China Economic and Trade Association. I'm truly honored to have the opportunity to address you at this notable ceremony celebrating the contributions of Chinese-funded enterprises to communities in South Africa. Today I stand before you not just as the CEO of Semancor Chrome, but as a committed partner in our shared journey of community transformation. At Semancor, we constantly innovate and lead the way to bring to life our vision of being a respected leader in mining, processing innovatively for the benefit of our people, our communities, and our country. Our vision aligns with Sinosteel's investment and upliftment initiatives surrounding their ventures, and our collaboration has been a great example of what can be achieved when business form partnerships in order to develop communities. Our community upliftment initiatives are a strategic investment in our collective future. We believe that the true measure of success is intrinsically linked to the prosperity of our communities around our operations. When society thrives, business thrives. When communities become stronger, we're building a more resilient, prosperous society for everyone. Today, we acknowledge the progress we've made to achieve this and the lives we touched. Our approach is built on 3 pillars: collaborative empowerment. Our initiatives are developed through consultations with community leaders, understanding local needs and co-creating strategies that have a lasting impact where we operate. Economic inclusion. We are committed to creating economic opportunities by supporting local entrepreneurs, providing on-the-job training, and creating opportunities that help families build a sustainable livelihood. And sustainable development. Our community's investments are not short-term focused or interventions, but long-term commitments. We focus on projects that will have generational impacts in these communities, from infrastructure development to environmental sustainability programs. I want to be clear when I say our community upliftment initiatives are a strategic investment in our collective future. Our contributions have focused on education, healthcare, infrastructure, economic empowerment, and we've created job opportunities, provided resources, and inspired positive change. Please allow me to share a few of the following examples where we, as business and government, has impacted the lives in the areas where we operate. On the educational side, at Pumulela High School, where we built 4 classrooms and ablution facilities in the community where we operate, in the Steelpoort area. This is the after-the-fact handover of that high school and classrooms. The Moajana Primary School, where we also renovated classrooms for the young kids to have a conducive environment where they can have proper education. On the educational support and development side, in the Limpopo province, where we assisted with teacher education, development, and also remuneration in that regard. The next project on the healthcare side, medical equipment to 3 clinics in the Mooinooi area, Bapong, Segwalani, and the Wonderkop area. And also the construction of a project which I'm extremely proud of, our Mpondweni Clinic in the Eastern Cape, in a rural area where medical facilities are very scarce and we don't need old people to work far anymore to get attention. On the infrastructure project contribution point of view, we have upgraded and constructed 3 kilometers of road in the Bapong area, which will be handed over shortly. We have focused a lot on water infrastructure on the Majakaneng area, also close to our Mooinooi operations, to ensure that people have sufficient supply of drinking water, potable water for their homes. A bulk water project which has contributed to having water to communities and households also in our Luhala area of operation, closer to Polokwane. Another essential service is also electricity, where we've also contributed and assisted in terms of electrical substation infrastructure in the Mooinooi and Rustenburg area. This was in conjunction with other partners to ensure that they also have proper and stable power supply. This is just a few pictures of some of the projects that was completed in terms of water purification, reverse osmosis to these communities, and supply of that. Also just a few pictures on the northern projects, where we have a wastewater facility done on the northern side to ensure that wastewater is handled responsibly in terms of the environment and also provide recirculated water to the affected community. Not only do we focus on education, healthcare, and infrastructure, we're also very proud of focusing on our energy initiatives, where, as you might have heard recently, we have started with the construction of a 100 megawatt photovoltaic project in the Steelpoort area. This is green power which will supply our Tubatsi ferrochrome smelter. I'm not going to go into detail, as I've been said, the time is limited on our side, but I think the important part is that this reflects our commitment to renewable energy, green production of ferrochrome, beneficiating locally. Collaboration in this project was the cornerstone of this venture with various governmental departments, municipalities, and financiers. This has not been a short journey. This project development started back in 2019 already, with the environmental approval granted in 2022. And the generation facility was successfully registered with NERSA in March 2023. Our partners in this regard is also a Chinese-supported consortium under the CGN, Energy and International, and Koinamanda Holdings. We are very proud of this project in order to get this green power running in the Steelpoort area. And not only will it bring support to that area from local businesses, but also create jobs, which is extremely necessary, especially in that poor rural community. Just a few pictures of our groundbreaking ceremony, which was also attended by the Ambassador of China, which was held on the 14th of November. And the site clearance already started in October with a few pictures in this regard, which is, in my mind, a groundbreaking project in South Africa. I think, in closing, to say, as we celebrate our achievements, we must acknowledge that there is still much to do in this regard. Our undertaking is simple and profound. We will continue to work together to turn challenges into opportunities and barriers into bridges. We are not just a company or an organization operating in these communities. We are a committed partner dedicated to mutual growth, respect, and shared prosperity. I thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Desmond, for your touching stories and inspiring words. And I believe in the future, Chinese-founded enterprises, including Cement Corps, will continue their meaningful journey and make new contributions to the development of South Africa. Now, please join me in welcoming Dr. Brian Michael Kenneth Robinson from Sino Africa Corporation think tank to share his thoughts. Please welcome.
Thank you very much, and apologies for all the names. Just to recognize Deputy President Paul Mashatile, Ambassador Wu, Chairman Zhang, other dignitaries and delegates. It really is, I'm very grateful to be invited here today, where we can celebrate and get excited about what CR activities Chinese enterprises are conducting in the country, where we move beyond simply economic benefit to social impact. So I am here on behalf of the Sino Africa Corporation think tank, which is led by our director, Professor Ariel Liu, at the front over here. And myself personally, I'm from the Swane School of Business and Society, and note the word society in our business school's name. I'm a senior lecturer and academic head at the business school. So why am I here? Well, I suppose not just because of my affiliation with the SAC think tank, but I've been researching Chinese enterprises in Africa, not just South Africa, but Africa for many, many years. I've written 2 books on the topic, one just in terms of China's contribution to Africa's Renaissance, and the second one is the lessons and investments that we've been very fortunate to have from China for our own special economic zones in South Africa. And I'm going to be sharing a model with you that we developed around, it's called the organic growth model, and how we can leverage our unique resources and how China can contribute to the growth through leveraging these resources in a number of ways. Now, I don't have time to go through the model, but you would have seen the baobab tree in that past slide, and the analogy is around that tree. So the roots are inherent, what we've got today, our status quo, and it's in infrastructure, our economic structure, our political structure, our regulatory environment, our people, our culture. That's our roots, and we've got a lot to be proud of in terms of that. But, But the trunk is the interesting aspect. If you think about a tree trunk, what does it do? It conveys energy, nutrients, that makes this tree grow and thrive. And out of that we get results. So these are areas that can be changed, they can be influenced. So you look at infrastructure, so building infrastructure. You look at human resources, well, training, education. These are things that can be influenced to have a positive impact on further generations. And then what is the outcome from these activities, from supporting that trunk? Well, it's around wealth, it's around capital generation, and I'm not talking about monetary, I'm talking about other areas of wealth and capital. It's around the culture, it's around our institutions, our produced capital, our natural capital. And this is where China, and through my research, I believe it very strongly, China has made an impact. Because China comes in on this trunk element and is able to influence and to create benefits for our beautiful country. And I'm going to use the example around the just energy transition, and I'll go into a very brief case study shortly. But you look at that, the just energy transition. Well, China is a global leader when it comes to renewable energy. We've got challenges in South Africa, but China can contribute knowledge, they can contribute financing, the infrastructural development, and provide that skills transfer that's needed so that we can move towards this just energy transition. And it really is critical that we do this. And I put this slide in just to we've obviously got the need for government to support and to facilitate this energy transition towards a more greener future. But we also need to remember Nuluntu, Amakulu, the people on the ground, and how it's going to benefit them. And that's what CSR is about. It's having impact on all stakeholders. Not just the companies, obviously they need to make profit and all those good things, but we need to have growth, we need to have a greener future, and we certainly need to benefit people at the end of the day. I'm not going to go through the slide, you can read it yourselves, you all know what it's about. We have got challenges in South Africa. We're the most carbon intensive economy in the G20. Our capacity constraints are enormously costly. But the problem is that China and Sub-Saharan Africa are the most vulnerable to climate change, to the adverse effects of climate change. So we really need to move, and we need partners, we need collaborators to move towards this green energy transition. So we've used a case study here of Longwan, South Africa, who produces, they've got wind farms, so they produce wind power. So just looking at, well, where can they actually impact the trunk? What can they do in terms of that? And we see a number of projects that they've got involved in that supports Amakula in terms of providing, supporting the local municipality with water provision, being involved in various educational programs that have a direct impact on employees and wider than that, cultural exchanges, making sure that our institutions are stronger by again partnering with our various medical and health departments to provide assistance, in this case, medical assistance and HIV/AIDS interventions. So it can make a huge difference. And then, if we talk about government, how does this, at the end of the day, support government's objectives in terms of the green energy transition? Well, obviously, it produces green energy. But there's an enormous amount that's going into education and just this natural skills transfer that comes out of training in the workplace. It contributes to our fiscus and the long-term infrastructure. I mean, wind farms are there for at least 20 years. With a bit of refurbishment, they can go on for another 20 years. So it's long-term infrastructure that's really useful and what we need at the moment. I'm just looking at my time. Do we have time for a quick video? Have the thumbs up. So I'm just going to play a video that was, the SAC think tank provides empirical research on a number of levels, and this was one of the interventions that Prof. Liu was involved in, and she shares her experience of actually going up one of the company's wind turbines, going right to the top. So if you can just give me, it's a short video, I'm just going to play this.
How do you feel?
Heavy.
Are you ready?
Yeah. 风车顶上的空间好大。
A king he was on carven throne, in many pillared halls of stone, with golden roof and silver floor, and runes of power upon the door. Of sun and star and moon, in shining lamps of crystal hue, undimmed by cloud or shade of night, they shone forever fair and
Thank you. And then just to conclude, I'm not going to go through every point on the slide, but just a bit of an overview of the SAC think tank. We're always looking for partners, collaborators, and we encourage you to contact us and to get involved. We really want to be this nexus of collaboration, empirical research as an information source for Chinese enterprises entering into South Africa. So with this, thank you very much.
For precious observations and this incredible video. With broad support and joint efforts from all walks of life, the Chinese-founded enterprises can contribute more to our bilateral cooperation and better serve the local community. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me the great privilege to invite His Excellency Ambassador Wu Peng to make his speech. Please welcome.
Your Excellency, Deputy President Paulus Mashatile, Your Excellency, Ambassador Zodwa Lallie, my dear sister from Turkey, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. First of all, I must represent Chinese community in South Africa to sincerely thank Your Excellency, Deputy President, can attend today's event under your very busy schedule. It's really our honor. It's also my great pleasure to attend today's launching ceremony of the Corporate Social Responsibility Report of Chinese-funded enterprises in South Africa. First of all, on behalf of the Chinese Embassy in South Africa, allow me to express my warm congratulations on today's ceremony and pay high tribute to all Chinese enterprises for actively fulfilling their social responsibility and serving local development. I also want to express my sincere gratitude to friends from all walks of life who care for and support the development of China-South Africa economic and trade cooperation, as well as bilateral relationship. The Corporate Social Responsibility Reports of Chinese-funded enterprises in South Africa, officially launched today, is the second edition, following the first released in 2018. This report highlights the substantial contribution made by Chinese-funded enterprises to boost South African development, improve people's livelihood, protect the environment, and support various sectors. It's a great demonstration of how Chinese enterprises faithfully implement the principle of sincerity, real result, amity, and good faith, and take the right approach to friendship and interests as proposed by our President Xi Jinping. The South Africa-China Economic and Trade Association, SACETA, which complies the reports, is a non-profit entity set up voluntarily by Chinese-funded enterprises in South Africa. I remember shortly after I arrived in South Africa in this June, when I first met with SACETA, I asked colleagues to speed up in releasing today's second report, not to take credit for myself, but they finished the whole thing in less than 5 months. It just shows you what Chinese companies can do and deliver so quickly. This has been done not just for the sake of publicity, but to show that besides doing business, Chinese companies are here to also contribute to South Africa society according to local needs. That is, we must promote, like the forthcoming new investors from China, to aware social responsibility is so important for them as well. Let us applaud for the contribution of Chinese enterprises and the hard working of SACETA. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, our companies cannot contribute this much to South Africa without the overall strong bilateral economic and trade cooperation between our two nations. South Africa is the first African country to sign the Belt and Road cooperation documents with China, as well as China's most important investment destination on the African continent. The economic and trade structure of our two sides are highly complementary. Our trade and investment cooperation brings strong mutual benefits. Recent years have witnessed an increasing number of Chinese enterprises to invest in South Africa. I do not repeat the figures, but I would like to brief Your Excellency, Deputy President, and ladies and gentlemen. After President Ramaphosa paid state visit in this September, I think just after that, 2 months, those Chinese companies have the intention to invest in South Africa and registered in our Chinese embassy increased sharply. That is a very encouraging signal that in near future, more and more Chinese companies may have their own operation in South Africa. I'm very glad to see that. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to emphasize that following their meeting in Johannesburg last year, President Xi Jinping and President Ramaphosa had a great meeting once again in Beijing this year, which saw China-South Africa relationship elevated to an all-around strategic cooperation partnership in the new era, and our practical cooperation enjoying very strong momentum. I'm confident that Chinese companies in South Africa will seize this opportunity to expand cooperation in critical areas such as infrastructure, new energy, and mineral processing. We all remember last year in Johannesburg, President Xi Jinping announced Support Africa Industrialization Initiative. We Chinese company must follow up and implement this initiative. Together, China and South Africa can further unlock market potential and ensure that our practical cooperation will yield more golden fruit. I'm convinced that in the future, more and more Chinese enterprises will come to South Africa, invest in South Africa, and build for South Africa, bring more benefits to the two countries and two peoples. The Chinese embassy in South Africa will continue to serve, build, and maintain the development of bilateral relationship and work with the Chinese-funded enterprises in South Africa to write a new charter of a better future for our two countries and two peoples. I thank you so much.
In the new era, with the all-round strategic cooperative partnership between China and South Africa, the business community of our two countries will surely embrace more cooperation opportunities and to continue to strive for a bright future. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please give a huge round of applause to welcome His Excellency Paul Mashatile, Deputy President of the Republic of South Africa, to give us a keynote speech. Let's welcome.
Thank you very much, Program Director. Ambassador Wu Peng, Chairman of SACETA, Mr. Zhang Xiaoyang, CEO of Samanco, Mr. Desmond McManus, SACETA beneficiaries here present, Dr. Brian Kenneth Robinson of SAC think tank, Ambassador Zodwa Lallie from DERCO, senior government officials here present, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Ni hao. It is an honor to be invited to this launch ceremony of the Corporate Social Responsibility Report of SACETA. This event embodies the strong and enduring partnership between our two countries. The Republic of South Africa and the People's Republic of China share a strong and long-lasting relationship. Throughout the years, the bonds between our two nations have deepened, revealing the potential of collaboration with a mutual goal of promoting inclusive and equitable growth. This was evident when our bilateral relations were elevated to a comprehensive strategic partnership in 2010, marking a golden era of cooperation. In November 2023, I conducted a bilateral visit to the Republic of China. The visit aimed to explore a variety of opportunities to strengthen areas of cooperation and fortify our enduring economic, trade, and interpersonal connections. My visit included co-chairing the 8th BNC, which focused on practical collaboration on international relations, economic cooperation, minerals, energy, education, science and technology, and the oceans economy. One of the outcomes of that 8th BNC was to review the current framework of the sectorial committees to include more departments. We have also identified critical areas of cooperation for the next 2 years. As Chinese-funded enterprises in South Africa, we encourage you to increase your investments in important sectors of our economy, particularly the automotive industry and infrastructure development. Moreover, the 8th BNC underscored the urgent need to address the structure of the bilateral trade relations and promoted broad market access for more value-added South African goods in China. Ladies and gentlemen, let me also point out that in September this year, President Cyril Ramaphosa made his second state visit to China, during which he upgraded relations to an all-round cooperative strategic partnership for the new era. It is commendable that during the second state visit, the two heads of state reached several important common understandings, amongst others, including that China firmly supports national unity and the path of economic, social development that South Africa has chosen. Second, the two countries have agreed to enhance cooperation and synergy between the Belt and Road Initiative, the Economic Reconstruction and Recovery Plan, and the implementation of the 10-year strategic program of cooperation 2020 to 2029 to address priority political and socio-economic issues. 3, both sides committed to providing a stable, fair, and enabling business environment for companies. And fourth, they furthermore agreed to continue strengthening coordination and collaboration under the BRICS mechanism and work towards more practical outcomes of cooperation within the expanded BRICS framework. All of these visits and engagement demonstrate our dedication and respect for our unique and ever-expanding friendship as we collaborate to establish a high-quality China-South Africa community with a shared future. Ladies and gentlemen, as a country, we remain committed to collaborating with regional and global partners to promote solidarity and increase trade relations. We believe that such collaboration is important for poverty eradication, inequality elimination, and fighting unemployment. Therefore, today, as we gather to launch the Corporate Social Responsibility report by SACETA, we celebrate not just the economic cooperation between our countries, but also our shared commitment to sustainable development and cooperative governance. In this regard, we acknowledge SACETA members' substantial contribution to South Africa's economic and social development. Your participation and investment in our country are critical for creating jobs and promoting economic growth and development. The report that is being launched today highlights the contribution of Chinese-funded enterprises in South Africa to environmental conservation, community development, education, and healthcare. It acknowledges the importance of responsible business practices and their positive impact on society, highlighting their dedication to social responsibility and efforts towards a more inclusive and sustainable future. The 200 Chinese-funded enterprises in South Africa serve as role models for businesses, demonstrating that profitability should be balanced with social good. As the global economy faces challenges like climate change and social inequality, businesses must embrace their role as agents of positive change. The Cooperative Social Responsibility Report exemplified these ethos, inspiring a prosperous, equitable, and sustainable future. Ladies and gentlemen, as the global landscape continues to evolve rapidly, it is essential for nations to cultivate strong partnerships to thrive and navigate the challenges of the modern world. We should leverage our expertise to navigate towards a more sustainable path guided by principles of joint pursuit and shared future. Our countries have complementary strengths and resources, making us ideal economic partners. China, as one of the world's greatest economies, provides an enormous market for South African goods and services. In return, South Africa provides rich resources such as minerals, agricultural products, and skilled labor to support China's rising economy. Improving trade connections between South Africa and China benefits both countries directly and has a positive ripple effects throughout the region. Increased trade creates jobs, stimulates economic growth, and improves living standards for the people of both countries. However, our trade structure is imbalanced. Last year, the value of China's imports far exceeded its exports. Total bilateral trade increased from 614 billion rands in 2022 to 692 billion rand in 2023, whilst China's 146 billion deficit remains the highest amongst any of the country's trading partners. We intend to work with China in addressing the trade deficit and structure of bilateral trade by broadening its export basket, especially exports of more value-added products. Program Director, South Africa mostly exports minerals and agricultural products to China, while importing mostly manufactured goods from China. At a time when African economies are becoming more integrated, China's technological prowess may help Africa industrialize and export more than just raw materials. Instead of exporting raw agricultural items, South Africa may export processed foods that are more valuable. We further agree that we must meet China's specific market access requirements, such as full compliance with the general administration of China's regulations and standards. However, China can assist by streamlining import procedures and lowering regulatory hurdles. China may become a larger market for our products, benefiting both South African products and Chinese customers. As Chinese-funded enterprises operating in South Africa, you must seize the opportunity in emerging fields such as artificial intelligence, the digital economy, and green energy. Similarly, South African companies can leverage Chinese capital and expertise to expand their operations globally and tap into new markets. South Africa and China can thrive in an interconnected world by forming strong partnerships, overcoming economic uncertainties, and leveraging globalization's benefits. Maintaining this relationship, building trust, and looking for new opportunities for collaborations are vital for both nations. We believe SACETA's initiatives will continue to foster this partnership by looking at fresh investment opportunities. In 2023, Chinese businesses revealed plans to invest up to 15 billion rands at South Africa's 5th investment conference. In that same year, we witnessed the signing of significant purchase agreements totaling $2.2 billion with companies in both nations. Therefore, our positive trade relations continue to be crucial in combating unemployment, inequality, and poverty. Ladies and gentlemen, to promote the interests of the developing countries and change global governance institutions, we must also keep up our close collaboration and mutual consultation on global issues within the framework of the United Nations, the G20, BRICS, and Forum on China-Africa Cooperation, FOCAC. Recently, President Ramaphosa participated in the 2024 FOCAC summit in Beijing, where South Africa placed high priority on promoting the implementation of Agenda 2063. Agenda 2063 is Africa's blueprint for socio-economic development and its flagship project to redress the post-1994 legacy of unemployment, poverty, and underdevelopment. We agreed at the summit that increased coordination between the FOCAC declaration and action plans, the recently adopted second 10-year implementation plan, and the strategic intervention areas of Agenda 2063 are essential for Sino-African cooperation in expanding the continent's collective economy. As we take over the G20 presidency, I must state that South Africa is prepared to host a successful G20 summit in 2025. We will work to advantage long-term solutions to high structural deficits and liquidity issues, as well as to provide debt relief to developing economies. We will take advantage of this opportunity to put the African continent and the Global South's development priorities to the forefront of the G20 agenda. Ladies and gentlemen, we can all agree that our partnership should go beyond our two countries. The African Continental Free Trade Area, which provides access to a market of more than 1.3 billion people, provides an even stronger incentive for China and other countries to invest in Africa's manufacturing and infrastructure. China, which has achieved tremendous success in infrastructure development, is an important partner for Africa in its aspiration to achieve economic integration and global connection. South Africa, as a gateway to Africa's market, is committed to fostering high-quality development by creating an economic environment that facilitates economic opportunities, prioritizes redistribution and industrialization, and attract foreign direct investment opportunities. In 2023, the total stock of foreign direct investment from China in South Africa amounted to about $5.84 billion. We call for China's sustained and new FDIs to support assembly, manufacturing, infrastructure development, but also beneficiations at the new material source. We need to see increased foreign direct investment so that we can create new jobs, expand businesses, and increase production, all of which contribute to the growth of the South Africa's economy. Program directors, considering that South Africa is grappling with significant skill shortages across several crucial sectors, particularly IT, engineering, healthcare, and finance, I would like to encourage SACETA to also focus on this area. As a country, we have implemented measures to make it easier for foreigners to apply for and acquire work permits. According to Reserve Bank data, each vital talent brought into the country has the potential to indirectly create more than 7 jobs in the country. So as a country, we wish to collaborate with you to address these important skill shortages through attracting foreign talents. We are certain that by partnering with you in this area, South Africa will be capable to preserve its long-term growth strategy, that of employing people capable of meeting current demands while also adapting to future challenges. As we move forward, let us reaffirm our commitment to expanding South Africa-Chinese trade and investment cooperation. Together, we can build a more successful and sustainable future for our countries. Program Director, I thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, thank you. Please put your hands on the screen and press the button. And here comes the countdown. 3, 2, 1. Congratulations, the report is now officially released. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all.